Hello everybody, this is Forza Bob here and welcome to another Forza Motorsport 6 live stream. Been actually a little while since I've last played Forza Motorsport 6 on stream. Yeah. Nothing weird though. Because today... Oh, hey there, Anastasia Morgan, that was... Oh, never mind, you left that message 10 minutes ago. Interesting. Alright, well, hey, if you're still here, hello there. The stream is just starting now, and by the way, if you hear the fan in the background, I once again have to turn the fan off so I can drown out Mommy's annoying voice. I don't know what's up with Mom, but she talks so loud whenever she talks on the phone forever, so I have to use the fan to drown it out. Anyway, so today we're playing Forza Motorsport 6. Just gonna say, yeah, so we're back for an endurance race. This is the Catalunya 100. Take 2. I should have put Take 2 in the title, but I forgot. But I'll change it later if I can remember to do so. If I don't, then just shout at me in the comment section and I'll change it. But anyway, so now Forza Motorsport 6. It's been a little while since we last played Forza 6. Last time we actually played Forza 6 was the second week of September for what was meant to be no Wi-Fi week, but turned out to be just no stream week because I still had Wi-Fi, except I said use that time to work on NR 2003. Oh, I was about to say. Okay, Martin was about to say, sign in with your account on Xbox. I was about to be absolutely livid there. Okay, hopefully things is up to standards and I don't have to reset the Wi-Fi thingy. So, okay, I need my Forza Motorsport 6 disc because I don't actually know. I don't have a disc inside the console. If I do or don't, I'm gonna find one now. Okay, no I don't, because last time I took out a game disc was the Forza Horizon 3 disc because now I have officially put Forza Horizon 3 away for another year. At least another year. Anyway, so the Catalunya 100, it's a bit of a controversial race, let's say. Because, so this race, of course, is called the Catalunya 100. That's because it's, of course, it's at Circuit de Catalunya. It's a 100-mile race, Circuit de Catalunya. Pretty self-explanatory. It's basically just like the other 100-mile long races. It's 100 miles at Circuit de Catalunya. But there's a bit of a problem with Circuit de Catalunya and Forza Motorsport 6 and Forza 7 too. So this is actually the version of Circuit de Catalunya before it got a repave. I never actually heard that that Circuit de Catalunya got a repave, but either way, this track was brought to Forza before the repave. And according to Forza, due to the fact that Catalunya hasn't been repaved since I have no idea when, because my knowledge on Circuit de Catalunya apart from the track is very poor. But to turn 10 apparently, Circuit de Catalunya is an ice rink of a racetrack. Basically, you can't grip the track to save your life, which I think is really rubbish. And I did this race a year ago when I did live streams with the iPad Air before it died because it's a piece of trash. But I did that race and I didn't win it, which is the requirement to complete this endurance race in Forza Motorsport 6. But because I didn't win the race, I get to do it again. And I don't mind doing it again, but I'm going to have to do it again differently though, because when I last did that race, I did it on I think it was expert or pro difficulty. I can't remember which one it was, but I did it on one of those two difficulties, and I couldn't even compete. I was just left in the dust. I think I finished in about 8th or 9th, and I basically was completely and utterly rubbish. Therefore, I am going to be turning the difficulty to the absolute minimum because I don't want to do this race again. I just want to complete this race once today and then be done with it forever. I really don't want to do this race again, so therefore I'm going to put on the grid mods, set the difficulty to the absolute minimum, and go for it. If I get barely any crits from the race, that's okay, because this race is a pain in the sausages. I gave this race a chance once, failed miserably, so I'm going to give this race a second chance, except this time I've dumbed it down massively. Anyways, with that being said, Let's turn on desktop audio and take you into Forza. Ah, that time OBS actually responded from Forza that time. Cool. This is on the Xbox One, by the way, so, well, then again, Forza Motorsport 6 is only available for the Xbox One. But, anyways, let's go do what we do. So we have to go into career mode, showcases, endurance races, and there's the Catalunya 100. Of course, these other one races, or there's a race here. In fact, all I have to do after this one is these Le Mans 250 and the C500, or at least that's the case in Forza Motorsport 6. This is most likely going to be the last endurance race event of the year, though, because I'm also getting tired of these endurance races, so therefore this is going to be the last one for possibly the year. Maybe I'll decide to do this, maybe do another endurance race or soon, but I don't know. This is a multi-class race, so that'll be fun.
Your next race will be at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, opened in 1991 for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Amazing. And also, because I was too lazy to record soundtrack, I'm decided that for today's stream we're gonna go for just the video game soundtrack. I would have recorded some soundtrack of my own, but too lazy to do that now. But I think next time I do these endurance races, possibly either December of this year or February of next year, maybe even late January.
The Circuit de Catalunya has high and low speed corners on a bumpy surface, making for one of the most mechanically and physically taxing racetracks in the world.
I wouldn't say it's the bumpiest racetrack. I would say this track, it's very smooth. So smooth that your tires can't even get a grip, as you shall see. So for today's race, I'm going to choose the Ferrari Course 458 Italia GTE. There are some other choices here if you want to choose some of the other GT cars, but I'm going with the Ferrari for this race because, I think it's a bit proper. I remember way back in late 2013, the Circuit de Catalunya track came to Real Racing 3, and with that came Ferrari, so I guess I'll be running the Ferrari here at Catalunya. With that having been said, let's change some settings before we begin the race, though. So firstly, alright. Huh. Alright, thanks for not... Okay, I might be able to do that in the... Will I be able to do that in the pause menu? I'll see. If not, then we'll have no music for the race. I did the other thing, so... Take out the Porsche crew chief. We'll put in the Ferrari crew chief. And give us grip position mods because we're not going to take this event very seriously. Here, YouTube difficulty set to the absolute minimum. And there we go. Now I believe I will be able to change the audio in the pause menu, but I don't really know, to be honest. But we're gonna find out. So we just have to finish first. That's literally all we have to do. Take a look. Starting. We're starting in 7th, which is okay. Without further ado, let's start this race up. 35 laps of Catalunya. Let's see if we have any... Oh, okay, never mind, I won the pole now. Okay, that's cool. But I would have started on pole with the difficulty a bit upward, but I can't be risked to keep defending my position with the little thing. So let's go for audio. Perfect. I can turn it in race music. Good. Oh, it's one of my favorite soundtracks too. See what I mean? They're aggressive. It was not a bad thing, but look at how just slidey this track is. Okay, it's not slidey as of now. Okay, I know I could have done the high difficulty, but I would rather be safe than sorry. In this case, because I don't want to do this race again. Oh, there you go. See what I mean? The car steps out like that at Catalunya, because Catalunya, it's such, this is such an old surface. Although I get that a racetrack can be very slippery if it's an old surface, but I feel like that's exaggerated way too much here in Forza Motorsport 6 and Forza 7 too. This isn't just a thing in Forza 6. This is still a thing in Forza Motorsport 7. I kind of hope that if in so many years that turned to make a Forza Motorsport 8. I really hope that they put in a updated version of Circuit de Catalunya, which would be the repaint version, so all the grip is back. Well, for most part, the corner is back, yeah. Yeah, that's Circuit de Catalunya for ya. A track that has been paved in several years. And one that is... Look at that, see what I mean? The car, it just steps out like that. So it's a good thing that I turned down difficulty to the absolute minimum, or else I would be just dead. I would be ran over to the point where I would just be game ended. But thankfully, I've set the difficulty to the absolute minimum, and to be honest, even if I get barely any credits for the race, I'm okay. And to be completely honest, I'm just completing this race just to complete the race anyway. I don't really care that much about credits. I really don't need any more credits in Forza Motorsport 6 anymore. For, if you've been watching these Forza Motorsport 6 streams, you would already know the reason why. But look at how slow I'm having to go through these corners, too. Oh, Circuit de Catalunya. It's a cool racetrack to drive on. But the experience around Catalunya is kind of ruined with how slidey it is, unless you're driving a Formula 1 car, which basically has infinite grip. And Forza, you have a lot of money to take. Indeed, I do have lots of money. Mainly from wheel spins, though. The wheel spins in Forza Motorsport 6 are so overpowered, though. You can see why they dumped it down for Forza Motorsport 7 and the Horizon games. Okay, maybe I would have made the difficulty a bit teeny weeny a little bit higher, but you know what? I don't want to risk it. I want to complete this race. I want to finish first, and then I want not to do this race ever again. At least not in Forza Motorsport 6. Who knows? I might be inclined to do this race in some other game, but not this one. Oh, okay. Apparently, I can't go in the first gear as the car steps out like that. Although I wonder how much affinity level I'll get from this race for the Ferrari. Actually, that's a bit silly because I have the Ferrari crew chief, and therefore I already have the affinity level for Ferrari maxed out. So therefore, I don't have to worry about affinity level for Ferrari. So I'm pulled out, so this race is going to be me driving around Circuit de Catalunya 35 times over. So I come up to lap cars to make it more fun. Oh, did I enable fuel and tires? I forgot if I did so. Nope, I enabled fuel and tires, okay. And I died. Well, race, yeah, this race, this race is supposed to be an hour, but it might be longer with how slow I have to go around this track, though. Possibly an hour and 10 minutes, maybe an hour and 15. But not into the 2 hours, length, though. You know, we're taking left traffic in this race might be fun though, because this is a multi-class race, so therefore we do have the BTCC cars in the race too. Oh, for God's sake! Yep, see what I mean? There is no grip on this racetrack. You know, I also remember that. You know how the track was so like slidey here in Forza Motorsport 6. I was actually hoping they would actually fix that in Forza Motorsport 7, and they didn't. Oh, you've actually figured out the reason why. Apparently, this is actually an old surface at Circuit de Catalunya because apparently, in preparation for the 2018 Spanish Grand Prix, they actually repaved this track to make it a lot more grippy. So, maybe if Forza Motorsport 8, they'll actually update this track, and with the repave, or they'll use nothing at all and just copy and paste the version from Forza Motorsport 7. Oh, they did update the Le Mans though. And that reminds me, for Forza Motorsport 7, they did update the Le Mans de la Sarte circuit to make that circuit into its 2018 form. And yet, the version of Road Atlanta they have in this game is still the same one from the year 2007. Which I think is really cheesy. They also really need to update the Road Atlanta in Forza 7 though, because like it's a version from 10 years ago. See, that'll take a while to paint. Well, not really. Like if they were to update Circuit de Catalunya for Forza World Radio or whatever, all they would really have to do is just increase the grip of the asphalt and make the color of the asphalt a more darker black, which I imagine could probably be done within, say, 10 minutes. I don't really know. I know nothing about how that stuff actually works. But I honestly would expect that it won't take that long to do. I'm painting all real life. Oh, you mean painting in real life? Oh. Well, maybe in real life it took a while, though. Because then again, the Circuit de Catalunya from Forza Motorsport 7, I would guess, is like a version of Catalunya that is as of late 2017. Whereas I believe that Catalunya was paved just in time for the 2018 Spanish Grand Prix, which was in March, April of this year. I'm not entirely sure. Well, the various Hublot sponsor this car. You know, Hublot, they're also a sponsor of the Ferrari team in Formula 1. Well, I guess I will say, as a Formula 1 track, Circuit de Catalunya is a good one. Honestly, I do like Circuit de Catalunya as a racetrack. I mean, I bet you that the track isn't so slanty in real life, so I would probably be able to have a good time at this track in real life. Especially now, with the repave. Let's see, which is definitely not the car with all the problems. Of course not. This is actually a fairly okay, well, I actually don't know because I never really driven this car that much in this game. Although, from not driving this car, it's definitely one that is drivable. It's really just the track, and that reminds me, I remember doing a showcase race here at Circuit de Catalunya with the Ariel Atom V8, and I had absolutely no grip in that race. I turned on difficulty to the absolute minimum just to complete that race successfully. So realistically, you can come out to this racetrack in any car, except for the Formula 1 car and any super high downforce car, and you'll basically just slide all over the place unless you actually take the corner at the optimal speed, which is as slow as a snail. Or is the BTCC car is going even slower somehow. Wow, look at how slow those cars are going. Jeez. Man. I guess I am glad that this track has now been repaved in real life. Oh, and I'm not looking at the... You know, actually, there's no point rewinding because I'm so far in front that I could just keep going, not make a difference, but whatever. But just look at how slow those cars are. I mean, naturally those BTCC cars are fairly slow, but around Catalunya, with the minimum difficulty, they're, well, so much slower. Also, let's see, I was doing some Forza Horizon 3 PC experimenting last night, so of course I got Forza Horizon 3 for the Xbox One, then of course it runs flawlessly on the Xbox One, but I did some research last night about Forza Horizon 4 on the PC. It turns out that this PC that I have, which is an $800 computer that I bought, is only just powerful enough to actually run Forza Horizon 4 on PC. which which amazed me in an interesting way. Although apparently there was actually an update to my graphics card out, which is a Radeon Ryzen 3 series or Radeon or however you pronounce it, 560 series, which is a fairly mid-end graphics card. Yet this computer that I have here is $800, so I don't know what the heck to think about that. But either way, I actually installed the graphics card update, and then Forza Horizon 4 on low settings. It's actually locked at a 30 FPS of frame rate, which is okay actually. Oh, that's when I'm not streaming, so I'm gonna have to do some more testing and see how well I can get Forza Horizon 4 to run while I'm live streaming the game. But one thing I would recommend is that if you're on a, I suppose, mid-end graphics card like I have, always keep your graphics card up to date, and make sure that the graphics settings of Forza Horizon 4 are low enough. Of course, only PC players, Xbox players, you won't have to worry about a thing though. If you're playing on the Xbox One, any Xbox One, you don't have to worry about lag at all, in the slightest. But then again, Forza is more built for the Xbox than it is for the PC, in a way anyway. Well, I say that, I heard some say that Forza Horizon 4 is better optimized than Forza 7 and Horizon 3 on the PC. So I guess it really has to do, for the most part, with my graphics card, though. I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna stick with this computer because I'm not gonna spend an extra $200 on the highest end graphics card, or upgrade to an even better PC just so I can get one video game to run better. I'm just gonna run Forza Horizon 4 as I am now, because this PC that I have now is literally good enough for everything else that I do. For example, you know, NR 2003 runs well. Train Simulator runs well. Every other game that I play runs really well on this computer. It's just Forza Horizon 4 is the game with the only game with issues on the PC. And even then, I have done research and it has made the issues less of a problem for me. You know, of course, here I am streaming at Playground saying, oh, the game is poorly optimized, but turns out that it's not that the game is poorly optimized, it's just that my PC is not as good as I thought it was. But that's my own fault for not doing enough research, though. You know, oh balls, good 13. Oh, good job 13 though. Oh, you know, I've now, you know, had the message saying, well, my PC is over here because, you know, here I am breaking the internet. Hey, I now have a super high-powered computer, and people will come along and tell me saying, no, your computer is not a super high-powered computer. It's actually a pretty low-end computer, which is honestly a bit shocking to me. Oh, by the way, yeah, here we are lapping the GT traffic, but that's fine. Of course, I don't take that personally. You know, if someone tells me that I have a low computer, I just say, well, yeah. Which for me is the best way to, you know, answer something like, or respond to something like that. Even so, though, you know, Forza could be better optimized. Heck, even Train Simulator was a slightly better optimized game on my Dell computer. I mean, of course, I had to change the graphics settings all the way down to the low graphics settings on my Dell computer that I used to have. Well, I still used to. I still have it. I just never use it now. Because, well, obvious reasons. But, you know. So if Train Sim can run on a very low-end / mid-end computer, then there's no excuse that Forza can't either, despite Forza being a much more high-tech game. But I'm not saying that Forza Horizon 4 is a bad game. No, I still think that Forza Horizon 4 is definitely the greatest racing game of all time. In fact, the only issues that I've had so far with Forza Horizon 4 is just the optimization. That's literally the only issue that I've had so far. And that's only for PC too. It's just optimization. That's the only thing. Everything else in the game is great. Everything about Forza Horizon 4 is great. It's just the optimization I have issues with. And for the most part, you know, of course at first I blame Forza, but either way, the optimization is... Oh, balls. Okay, that was Verizon, so I'm gonna rewind there because there's no point. I don't know. And even then, Forza did actually release an update today, which does do some more things for the PC. I'm not exactly sure what does. Those I'm going to show the thing to Donald Trump when I see him later today, most likely later today. That'll be fun. Although, you know, I'm still going to test out Forza and see how well it can run while I'm streaming it. Because actually, crazy enough, updating my graphics card now makes Forza Horizon 4 run flawlessly on my computer. But when I'm live streaming, that's the issue now. So, if you guys going to try live streaming using Mixer or try to get OBS to use much less computer power, oh, whoops. But, you know. So far this race I've had nothing but a discussion about things because nothing's happening in this race except the fact that I'm 15 feet or 50,000 feet from the guy in second, which is good. I guess the cool thing about Forza is that it doesn't matter how easy or hard the game is, you still get the thingamabob. Oh, there's a helicopter, that's cool. He's getting some aerial shots of the racetrack. Are you gonna buy Fallout 76? Nah. Honestly, I have zero interest in Fallout. In fact, the only games that I really buy these days is either, you know, train sims or train-related games or racing games. Apart from that, I really don't care for any other game genre as a whole. Yeah. I say that. I thought about getting TF2 though. Because Domtron has it, you know. Huh. Yeah, my buddy Domtron, he's big on TF2, so I thought about getting that. Who knows, you might see a TF2 video maybe a week or two down the line with Domtron. What is TF2? TF2 or Team Fortress 2, which is the full name, is it's a online shooter game. Except it's really, well, it's a fairly old game. I think it came out in like mid 2000s or so. And you can still get it on Steam to this day for free. Although, you know, I have heard of TF2 before, and turns out that my buddy Dom's actually quite crazy about it, so... And now he's kind of made me want to get it. But, yeah. Interesting fact, TF2 is actually licensed by the Valve Corporation, which are the same people who are the guys who run Steam, which is where you can get Train Sim from on the PC. Well, I say, well, of course, Train Sim 2019 and Train Sim World on the PC. Oh, balls. Stop being the barrier, by the way. But that's TF2 for you. Although, you know, I have heard that Team Fortress 2 is a very popular community. Kind of like Aaron 2003 is, in a way, I think. I'm not sure, though, but... You know, Aaron 2003, of course. You know, Aaron 2003 has been out since year 2003, and yet still such a huge community. Even though... difference is that with TF2, you can still get that for free on Steam, and get with Aaron 2003. If you want to get that for free, you have to either, you know, download it from the internet, which is what I did, and get a no CD patch, or buy it without a disc off of eBay for up to $400. I mean, the reason behind that is kind of understandable, though. You know, Syria Papyrus, the developers, you know, Syria Papyrus, those of course were the developers there in 2003. Or actually, was Syria the one that, like, licensed the game? Are they the one that went out of business, or was it Papyrus that went out of business? Well, I know for a fact that Papyrus, they went out of business after, Weapon 2004. Basically, Weapon 2004 is that Electronic Arts, or EA, they bought the exclusive rights to the NASCAR license, which meant that literally no one else could make NASCAR games, and everyone else lost their license to NASCAR. You know, there was actually quite a bit of competition, though, on the early 2000s NASCAR games. You know, not only was there EA, there's also, of course, Papyrus, but there's also Monster Games, who eventually revived, but I'll get to that later. You know, basically what happens is that when EA bought the exclusive rights to NASCAR, Monster Games, and Papyrus, they lost the NASCAR license, and, you know, at the time, Monster Games had made Dirt to Daytona, which was a very popular NASCAR game, and still is today. But they disappeared after that, and then with Air 2003, what happened is that Papyrus went out of business and they lost the rights of the game, and the game couldn't be sold anymore, or at least sold brand new. Nowadays, if you want to get it, like I said, you have to either buy a disc on the off of eBay or pirate it from the internet for free. And then EA got the rights. Although TF2, however, I guess had a better life. You know, TF2 has always been licensed, and surprisingly, you can still get TF2 free legally from Steam. But yeah, of course, Monster Games. You know, of course, they disappeared off the face of the earth after EA bought the exclusive rights to NASCAR in the year, I think it was 2004 or 5, or no, 4 or 3. No, it was 4, because 2000 was the last year that anyone else could make NASCAR games until the year 2009 when EA lost the NASCAR license. But really, what happened is that, you know, although of course Monster Games they disappeared after EA bought the rights, and then in 2015. Then came DMR, who bought the NASCAR rights from the Technics, as they lost the NASCAR rights. And then, of course, they came back together and came with Monster Games and made a certain NASCAR game which shall not be named. And then after that made NASCAR 2. Now they made NASCAR 3, and we'll continue to make NASCAR games for the next decade. Which I think is really cool. Yeah, crazy enough, now Center for Games, they now officially have the NASCAR license until the year 2029, which I think is really, really cool because now Center 4 has a humongous amount of time to adapt, and who knows, they might even extend the license further after that, too. Well, they have a long way to go. Well, I mean, a long way to go with the license, of course. Of course, let's hope they don't take 7 million years to improve their stuff, and they keep doing as good as they were doing. You know, of course, as we know, Heat 2 was a major improvement over the game that came before it, and Heat 3 is a major improvement over Heat 2 as well. And I'm honestly excited to see what Heat 4 will bring in every Heat game after that. Oh, good job points to the gravel trap, by the way. So, yeah. Although, even after the EA bought the rights to 2003, it's still a humongous community, which is also the reason why I got back into 2003, you know? I actually got Enter 2003 for free on my Dell computer way back in early 2016, but then exactly a year later, I had to uninstall the game from the computer because, well, simply because it was, well, crashed the computer in a way. That was a bit of a shame. But, anyway. I'm amazed the Enter 3 community is still as active as ever. Heck, even in the year 2018, you can get all the current paint schemes. So you know, all the paint schemes that you can, or almost all the paints that they get from the 2018 season, yep, you can get all those from 2003. Despite the fact that 2003 came on the year 2003, you can have a fairly accurate 2018 season, and as long as the community is active, it shall stay the way forever, really. Of course, Dumpton like train sim. I might see if I can get Dumpton 6 after this live stream. I did some more successfully on the after yesterday's stream though. I guess this isn't worth advertisements on those boards over there. The next sponsor, Brad Keselowski, and a few of the guys at Team Penske and NASCAR. That's Bridgestone Tires. They're not even into NASCAR, but of course that's because Bridgestone is a tire manufacturer, but so is Goodyear. Okay, so easy the car steps out though. Basically, my point of how just slippery this track is. The reason why it's difficult to be so low. Okay, so that's luckily now on almost halfway through the race. I'm starting to sweat though in this hot shirt that I have here. Unfortunately, it's only so much thinner than the t-shirt that I was wearing to school today. Because apparently Daddy forgot to wash the shirts, so I went to school today with a shirt that was all full of rubbish. Oh, there you go, Mr. Mercedes. Alright, come on. There you go. Alright, come on, there we go. Because you can cut to the inside of me. Or trying to, not the Viper actually. I was trying to make a pit stop. I think that's gonna be the first and only one of the race. 12 feet again, second, as we expected. Alright, and pit stop complete. So we're about halfway through the race, roughly. I guess cockpit cam sounds for Forza Motorsport 6. I will say Forza 7 did do a good job with the interior sounds. But if only they did a good job with the rest of the game. I remember really though, the biggest thing that turned terrible going forward with Forza Motorsport 7 was, you know, the updated graphics, the updated sounds, and the other things, but realistically though, Forza 7 just has had so many issues though. Into sub-2. Quite the race to be over though. The race getting a bit boring. I'm trying to talk to keep the race going, but it's not the easiest thing to do in the world though. Alrighty. Come on. There we go. Alrighty, so not much else to talk about. So if you guys in the chat have suggestions we talk about, say give me what your suggestions, but I don't know if they talk about. I don't know what else to say now. Oh yeah, Train Sim 2019 is coming out tomorrow. That's cool. Or I say game, the Train Sim 2019 update is coming out tomorrow, which is the 64-bit upgrade. I mean, at least 64-bit upgrade is free though, so me and Doctor will be able to test that out. That's for the DLC though. That we're jumping in the barrier again. That's for, of course, the come on, Ferrari. There you go. As I was saying, as for the DLC though, I'll be waiting to get that until Christmas when it goes on sale. I hope it goes on sale for a really low price too at Christmas, because I remember at one balls. Wasn't looking where I was going, but hey, I saved it. But anyways, I was saying about Train Sim 2019. Yeah, like I said, and of course I'll be doing, Camila will be doing Train Sim live stream tomorrow. Of course, the reason I was playing that originally tomorrow, which has been a Forza Horizon 4 live stream, but since I got Forza Horizon 4 a week earlier than I originally anticipated, of course, plans changed. So, conveniently, the next Train Sim live stream that I'll be doing will be on Train Sim 2019. Of course, I'm still going to brand as a Train Sim 2018 stream throw, unless I can bother to. Actually, now I think I'll still continue to call them. Well, I don't know. I'll decide next week. But this week will still be branded as a Train Sim 2018 stream. But next week it will either stay as Train Sim 2018 or become Train Sim 2019. Oh, passes McLaren. There you go. I am somewhat keen though to try out 64-bit Train Sim. I know that Dovetail did like a dev stream on 64-bit Train Sim, and I couldn't get a good perspective of it though, because I noticed on the stream it was laggy and stuff. So I am going to I'm definitely going to play Train Sim myself when it goes 64-bit, which of course is tomorrow. In fact, next time that I do open up Train Sim is, well, either tonight to... Well, no, it's going to be tonight, actually, because I'll have to... Tonight I'll be testing out Super Bang coaches for tomorrow's stream. I was really going to do that last night, but then I got checked out Forza Horizon 4, and then Dom trying to go, so... And to be honest, Dom knows a lot more about Train Sim than me, you know? It's kind of crazy how I've owned Train Simulator for a much longer amount of time than Domtron has, and yet it's come to a point in time where Domtron knows more about Train Simulator than I do. Which is... Well, it's really me, though, just for not studying the game thoroughly, because I'm lazy. Oh, great. Come on! Silly Ferrari. Alright, so 15 laps to go this time by. Technically, I should say that I finished this race under the next 20 minutes, or if not, might go over. But that's alright. So, I'm, yeah. There's a reason though why I won't be doing one of these endurance races for another considerable amount of time. Yeah, I might just not do these until next year. Cause I guess I have a feeling where after I don't do the endurance races for such a amount of time, I get bored of them. As fun as these, well, I can't say too, well, is fun the right word to use for these endurance races, or it's better to use, well, no, some of these endurance races have been somewhat exciting, although, of course, there have been times that the race goes quiet. You know, that is a factor with real-life endurance races. They go quiet after a while. But, unless I'm inclined to do another endurance race for this year, this will mostly be the last endurance race that I do for the year. This on Forza, I have a bit of an idea to do actually on NASCAR 2, but I'm going to wait to do that eventually. Oh, great job driving off the track. Hey, there's a Volvo. So, yeah, I don't know what to talk about. Then Road Channel 5 is. Trying to road track though. That could be bad. Alright then, so. Yep, some ups in this race stuff to go. And yeah, I don't know what to talk about. You still have some left to go though. Alright, come on. That was a Holden. Of course, Holden doesn't take part in the BTCC though. I think it's strictly beat supercars. This race. It's getting very sausagey. They should make it a feel to the end of the race. So it doesn't take longer than 50 minutes to do these next laps. Probably an hour, 10 minutes at most it's gonna take, maybe even more. Oh, that's a Mercedes, something. They actually have the production version of that car in Real Racing 3, I just realized. They really actually had the race version of that car in the game though, here in Forza. Actually, now I wonder if they have the production car, version of that car too in this game. They probably do. But I couldn't tell you. Okay, I haven't gone through a single car in this game. In forever. Or any Forza game, for that matter. There's a bunch of cars all messed up here. I think the alternative course. Where National Circuit goes. Oh, balls. Come on. Okay, you're gonna have to get out of the way because you're too slow. I'm actually sleepy for this race. And it's really nothing more than a sleeping pill. I'm so glad I don't have to do another one of these for a whole, I don't know, while. Of course, again, they say there's no more for the month of October, considering that's how I put or set the live stream schedule. Oh, balls. That was a slide. And Verizon has died. Just great. Alright, well, thankfully I'm miles out in front. On the downside, Forza has a, well, not Forza, but Verizon has officially died. Okay, let's try that again. And yep. Can't connect to the console. Rubbish. Oh, so now you respond. Jeez. Took you long enough. Oh. Apparently the game thought I went down pit road for some reason. Oh. That's great. Well, good thing I have a huge lead. If that happened though when I was doing that thing with you, because I would have been furious. But thankfully, thankfully this isn't NASCAR E2 all over again, where everything goes away in a flash. My time is completely wasted. Thank God that's not the case here. But that's Verizon for ya. They cut out the Wi-Fi whenever they so choose. And we have a humongous lead, so no worries about losing our lead. No. Verizon still sucks, though. Which is why, hopefully, we get a new network provider eventually. Well, at least we'll finish the race now on the same stuff we had. I mean, that pit stop was completely and utterly pointless. But that's Verizon's fault. Ooh, 9 laps to go. I think. No, I think 10. No, we've run. Stop waving so much. Say 20 minutes. So an hour and 10 minutes is when the race will be finished. I can't wait for this race to be over though. When is though they really have the dump sounds red so I can actually do things, or we can actually do things. Oh, balls. That was a bit shaky, but we're good. Alright, come on, there we go. And power! Ah, come on. How do I not get on the Lamborghini on minimum difficulty? Don't. Oh, great. This is getting drift points in, which mean nothing. Oh, of course, it's because they still took. There we go. Alrighty then. So no one else to talk about. To be honest, I'm just staying silent because I don't know what else to say. I'm completely out of words, and I have nothing. I've now said everything that I could possibly have said. Oh, great job. Come on. Over the corner because reasons. Sit down in first gear because reasons. Oh, there's that guy. We're in traffic, of course there is. This race taking so long. Well, it really feels long though. Bet you if this race for 3 hours would feel much shorter, but of course that's why I'm not doing the Sea Breathing 100 for a while now, you know. I originally was going to do the Sea Breathing 100 race at the end of the summertime, but after I was like, nah, do I really want to do 3 miles? I'm like, nah. So next year though, or maybe this year if I'm inclined to do it. Come on. There's that guy. We should fill the sponsor if that's interesting. Ah. So December of 10 laps, or well now we have 6 laps to go, so now we're in 12 minutes. This will be the length of this race. Ish. That's a Viper. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, there's a piece of the barrier or whatever. Oh, great job, McLaren. Drove straight into the barrier. Come on, there. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I wanted to spin a camera jump, but I messed it up. I want to miss the corner. Oh, my nose is stuck in it. Okay, somehow I shipped down twice there. That was a bit unsettling. Okay, that took a bit longer than I expected. It's okay, so... Oh, actually, that's only lap 31 now, so 32, 3, 4... 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 4 to go. Yep. My cameraman's in a tornado. What do you do when you're bored? You just want to get the race finished. That's how I feel now. I want this race to be done and over with, finished. So I am tired of it. Oh, I can't wait for this race to be over, honestly. 6 o'clock, that's... Who cares? Come on! Oh, for God's sake! Stupid Ferrari. Yeah, that serves you right. When the president didn't wreck him, he just made him move around the corner bit. What a worthless tactic. Especially on a trace track that is very slippery. Alright. 3 laps to go. Please end my suffering. Oh, this race is so boring. I can't wait for it to be over. Why I do this? There are so many other things I could be doing with my life here now. But I chose this. This was my decision. This was all me. So you know the oh wow, my clutch dropped. That's interesting. All right, well done. Oh balls. Expect the guy behind, beside me, but still survived. Alright, 2 laps to go. Oh, I have to cone because reasons. Okay, well, I'm too responsible for own bank. It's almost less organizing now. Somehow. I had to let my finger off the controller. My ear itches now. The final lap too. But yeah, this is it. Alright, I never have to do this race again. Or at least not in this game. Maybe in a future game, but... Or maybe another game, but not this one. No way. No thank you. Oh, balls. Of course, I have to scoop the final corner, but whatever. Feel like rolled to the finish line now. Because that was something. Oh, hey there, new badge making name on platinum. Oh, I only like that badge now, so 185,000, don't care, 94,000. I'll level up twice, so I guess that's something. See what we get for creds though. We get signature pack, probably will never use that. And 750,000, alright, whatever. So that wasn't a complete waste of time, but either way, I hope I never have to do this race ever again. Especially I really don't want to do any race in any slick track because that was. Oh, here's the here's the Forza soundtrack that you get with the Doomsday. I completed a lot of these though. Just have this one left to do in Forza 6 now. So expect two more dirt racing Forza Motorsport 6 possibly next year. Okay, where is the okay, where do I go to check my messages? Oh, message center, there we go. You can tell I barely play this game anymore. Like at this point, the only reason why I come back to this game is to do the endurance race, and pretty much after do those endurance races would just be the last time I ever play this game. Ever. Basically, this game will just go down the same path of Forza rather than 3, and I'll never play it again. Although, you know, of course with Forza Horizon 4, Forza Horizon 3, I will be playing that for another year. This game I might just not play ever again, ever until some special occasion. But other than that, I'm probably never going to touch this game after that. In fact, literally, the only reason why I've come back to this game now is just because of the endurance races, and that's the only reason. But with that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream / video, wherever you like to see this at. It's more likely a video, because no one's watching the stream anymore. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video.